It's the most wonderful time of the year.
What's up, weirdos? Welcome back to my channel and another day of Girly Gore's 31 Days of Halloween. And today we're going to be reviewing, yeah, that one. Halloween 2018. So as I mentioned on Twitter the other day, I have no intention of making this a spoiler-free review. I don't know how to talk about this movie without spoilers. I have no desire to talk about this movie without spoilers. So here's a very brief spoiler-free review for you, which is, the movie was amazing. Go see it. So I'm gonna give a quick, just short, tiny disclaimer. So a lot of people in the horror YouTube community are like die-hard Halloween fans, like seen all the movies a million times, have all the merch, like serious about it, okay? I enjoy the movies. I haven't seen every single one. I've seen a lot of them. And though I very much enjoy them, it's not like I'm like obsessed. Do you know what I mean? I really love the movies. Don't like freak out on me in the comments. But I am not someone that's like a full obsessed with the franchise person. And so I'm not like an expert. So just like going into this review, I just want that to be clear. So if you're like, well, how did you not mention this? Well, maybe I didn't know about it. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Okay, anyways, let's do it. So from the opening credits, I was sold immediately. And you can sort of tell from the trailer, but like opening credits, I was like, wow, they have like the orange font, like the original John Carpenter, like the perfect, what it should have been if they had had more money back in the 1970s. But it's just really, really well done and very nostalgic. And it already felt really good. As soon as the movie started, I was like, wow, like everyone in this theater is like feeling nostalgic and happy right now, and that's like a great feeling. I'll go ahead and tell you once again, spoiler city here. My favorite thing about the movie was absolutely 100% the last sequence when we have the 3 generations of women all playing the final girl to defeat Michael Myers. Like that concept is so good. Like it's brilliant. And the build up throughout the movie of this like sort of strange relationship with Jamie Lee Curtis and her daughter, and then like her daughter and her granddaughter and all this stuff, it just like built up to this amazing thing of these 3 women trying to take down the Shape. And it was just like so cool. It was amazing. And within that sequence, I think my favorite like moment of the whole movie was when Judy Greer, who I love, I really think she's amazing. She's had a great career. I'm so proud. I'm so happy for her. She's doing so great. And in this, she has this moment of like, Michael Myers is coming around the corner, you know, and she's sort of acting so scared. She's like holding a gun and she's like, oh mom, like I'm so scared. And then like, he like gets like perfectly in front of her, and then she just goes, gotcha. And like steady hand, everything, shoots, nails it, like was so well trained by mama for this very moment. It's so good. It's like so good. Because like a big part of the strain between the relationship of Laurie Strode and her daughter is that Laurie Strode, of course, has been extremely paranoid since her horrific event 40 years earlier. And so she has like forced her daughter to train in a way in which she can always be prepared to fight off Michael Myers or someone else that would come after her. And it's just, it's real good. Other thing I'm obsessed with is the actors. The cast is amazing. Like everyone in this cast is so good. And I'll just go ahead and first obviously talk about Jamie Lee Curtis, who of course is amazing. Like she cares so much about this franchise, and I feel like you can really feel that in her performance. Like she cares about Laurie Strode so much. And the thing I actually love that she does with this character in this movie is like, so this Laurie Strode is like prepared. She's been preparing for the day Michael Myers escapes for her whole life. She has taken every precaution. She has learned everything she could ever learn to defend herself. And even though even in the trailer, she's like, I've been praying every night for Michael to get out. And he's like, why would you do that? And she's like, so I can kill him. Like she's like so determined. And yet we get to see the moments of terror where she is still full of fear around Michael Myers. Like he still is definitely scaring her, but it's like in spite of that fear that she is still being determined and going after him. And like it's still with the fear instead of like, it's not like she's like so brave now in her old age. It's like, no, I'm still scared, but now I'm doing everything in spite of that fear. And I just think that's really cool. I just loved it. And then all the kid actors were amazing. My favorites are like the two youngest kids that appear in the movie. The first one is this little boy that's driving with his dad. They're going like hunting or camping or something. And this is like right as like the bus crashes, that whole sequence. He's like sitting in the car with his dad. And he's like, oh dad, I'm like missing dance class for this, like blah blah. And he's like, you'd rather be in dance class than like hunting and stuff? He's like, yeah. It's like, oh my god, like it's just like my heart was full. I was like, that kid just wants to go to dance class, take him home. So they also have this moment where like his dad like goes out of the car and he's gone for a while, so he just like takes the gun and starts looking around, and like he clearly knows how to work a gun, and it's just like great character. The kid's good. I loved his little voice. It was like such a good little kid voice. It was great. Okay, and then maybe my favorite actor of the movie, unclear, was the kid that was like the little boy that was being babysat. He was one of the, like they gave him so many lines. It was shocking. I was like, this kid has so many lines in this movie. Like it's like a lot. And it's because he's so funny. Like he is so good. And like the dynamic between him and the babysitter, it was like just perfect. And there's like a very cute moment where she's like, you're my favorite kid that I babysit. And he's like, like, it's just very cute. It's very good. I'll also say in general that all the teenagers, I appreciate it because, like, yes, they're still probably, like, in their early 20s, but they all felt like teenagers. They didn't feel like these sort of glammed up versions we're sort of used to seeing in Hollywood movies. They felt more vulnerable and real and, like, awkward and all, like, the sort of genuine good ways. And I really appreciated that. I thought the teenagers were portrayed really well in this movie. Something I thought was interesting, that this movie actually gets, like, casually political here and there, which I thought was actually a smart choice for the fact that, like, this movie is, like, set in 2018, and it's, like, the climate in America and everything. And so they have, like, two scenes that I sort of felt, like, leaned into that, which I thought was cool. One was the little boy that wants to go to dance class. So he's got the gun and he's like walks onto the bus, and the doctor leans out and he says like, don't shoot, and the kid immediately shoots because he's just scared. And I was like, oh wow, we're talking about gun laws. And it was like a casual moment, but it was just like, I was like, yeah, like that's 2018, that's what's going on. And it was like a good, I thought it was smart. And then the second one was after, so the girl's like leaving the dance, and she's leaving the dance with her boyfriend's best friend. And the kid like tries to make out with her, and he's like, oh, I'm so drunk, like, didn't you want this, blah blah blah. And she's like, no, I've been sending you zero signals. And it's just, and she walks away with like her middle finger in the air, and it's just great. And that was like, oh, we're talking about consent, like it's all, we're doing it all in this movie. This movie's like really hitting everything it can hit. But I thought it was nice. I was like, oh yeah, we're in 2018, like that stuff is gonna come up in the conversation, and it was good. Okay, now a couple things I felt confused by. Overall, like, love the movie, thought they killed it everywhere. A couple things I felt confused by. So, Dr. Sartain, which I think I'm saying right, I kind of forget now. But so he is like, the twist, told you, spoiler review, twist is like he's actually sort of on Michael's side. When the moment comes that Michael can be killed, he's like, nope, I'm actually gonna let Michael keep on killing. And so, it's okay. So what first happens is like, you find out he's helping Michael, and he's gonna help Michael survive so he can continue his killing spree. So you're like, okay, so that's what's going on. This is his patient he's been working with for a bajillion years, like, whatever. Okay, and then he puts on Michael's mask for like a second, but like doesn't say anything, just like for a second. And then he takes it, so I'm like, oh, okay, like he wants to be Michael Myers. He's like obsessed with Michael Myers, he wants to be Michael Myers. I was like, okay. And then he takes it off and sort of throws it in the back seat with Michael. And I was just like, what was that? But I was like, are you just evil? You just like casually evil? I was like, what is his motive? Like, what is the doctor's motive for this giant twist that we get in the movie? And I just felt like that wasn't super clear. So let me know what you thought about it down below. I'm curious what your thoughts were. And the second thing, which is something like, I know, not everyone has to die in the movie, but I'm like, one of the only people that lives is the asshole boyfriend. Like, I was so mad about that. Like, so this like boy cheats on Allison, sweet, amazing, smart, beautiful Allison, and then he throws her phone in a giant bowl of pudding at the dance. And I was just like, he gets to do all that and live? Like, what? Like, I was like, that's ridiculous. So I just thought he could have died maybe, but it's, you know, it's just a movie. I don't have any control here, so it's fine. But yeah, I just was like, come on. And the best friend, I mean, he ends up dying, and I like that death. That was pretty satisfying, but yeah. Alright guys, so now that I've spoiled the entire film for you, I have a few ratings for you. So for the scare, I'm giving it a 3.5. It's sort of, so I saw it on opening nights and it was packed obviously, everyone's extremely enthusiastic. And so like for me, I just felt like I was at an amusement park. I just had an amazing time, I was laughing, I was, you know, but I didn't feel like I was like full of terror at any point. I couldn't tell if I was like, maybe this isn't that scary because I'm in a room of people that are just really excited to be here. Or maybe it's just not meant to be like all that scary. Like yeah, there's like some scary moments in it. But I wasn't like kind of freaking out for that. I was really just freaking out because I was excited, you know? For the gore, I'm giving it a 4. It actually had a lot more gore than I was expecting it to, which I really appreciated. A couple of my favorite death scenes. So the one I didn't see coming was like the first one where they show that guy with his like dislocated jaw. It's just like blood and like Michael took all his teeth and it's like at the gas station. That first shot totally threw me off. Like I did not see that coming and I was like, whoa, like we're really starting this off. But it was great. And then the one where Michael's gonna like stomp the doctor's head in. So like that one I fully saw coming. Like as soon as he was on the ground, I was like, all right, we're having a head stomp. Like it's gonna happen, his head's gonna explode. And then he did, and it was so satisfying. I was like, oh, that was awesome. It was like really a squish. Like it was a squish and explode. For the cheese, like a 1? I don't know, I didn't think it was cheesy. Like I thought it was just so well done. Like I thought it was an awesome movie. Like it was funny. Like it was definitely funny in like all the right ways. Particularly there's this scene with like 2 cops in their car and they're talking about like banh mi sandwiches and like the guy's like, I know you like peanut butter and jelly sandwiches, so I got the people to make you a PB&J banh mi. And the guy's like, oh, I brought my own dinner, I made this brownie. Like it's just like they're talking about food, it's like very casual, but it's just like a very cute, fun conversation. Overall the movie's like super funny, which I don't think takes away from the horror at all. I think it just adds to it in a really great way. But yeah, I didn't really find it particularly cheesy. And now for the overall, it gets a 5. Literally, as soon as the movie ended, I was like, I am ready to watch it again. Like, I am ready to take a different friend, to go see it, go see my boyfriend, go see my family. Like, I will see it multiple times because it just felt like, it's just like a labor of love. Like, you're watching this movie that is so full of love from so many fans and so many creators, and it's just like, this is what it's all about. Like, it just felt good. And so it definitely gets a 5 for my overall rating for sure. And then, of course, so this is the extra spoiler. So if you didn't sit, so I always sit in the theater after a movie's done, after the credits, because so many movies now would like have something after the credits to like get you to watch the credits. And I almost was like not going to, and then my friend was like, let's just stay. And so we stayed. And then of course at the end, they have Michael breathing. It's like, and it's like, oh my God, he survived the fire. Like, it's like, maybe he survived the fire. I don't know. But it was very exciting. And I was like, ah, good job, everybody. Good job, everybody. And like, it was funny, like not that many people stayed. I thought it was a packed theater and I thought more people would. And a lot of people were mostly gone. So it was cool. It was a cool moment to be in there for. And I think that's it. I think that's my Halloween review for you guys. Sorry, it's actually a day late and I'm gonna be posting it super late tonight. But I'm really excited for everyone that's seen it. I feel like everyone's just having a really amazing time at the movies watching it. And I'm just happy about that. I'm happy about that. So I will see you guys tomorrow and have a nice screen. Bye!